is the Big O Show. This 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 is the Big O Show. This
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Miles an hour, that's a Category 4 hurricane. 3 deaths are reported in Florida after more than 24 were killed in the Caribbean. This
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
For over 16 years, EJDConstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDConstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
The lost city of Atlantis reveals its secrets at Toyota of Hollywood. Get legendary deals on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a 2024 Corolla. Not $24,000, $20,988. Unlock the wonders of 0% financing for 5 full years, 0 down. Rediscover Atlantis at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
There's just one place to celebrate our happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Plus last chance savings on a 2024 RDX. $379 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty. Good morning, boys and girls. Ready to rock and roll from beautiful Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Number 1 for ZDXs. So, yeah, everybody's getting electrified, and you can get electrified here. I see a whole bunch of them. I can't wait to get mine. I think I'm going to get mine sometime around February, right around there, somewhere right in the early part of 2025. I'm going to turn in my Camry, and I'm going to get my ZDX. There's a red one in there. There's this black one there, but I think the red one is the one that's leading the way. I think I'm going to get a red ZDX. I cannot wait to get electrified. You know, it's pretty cool, too. You get the vehicle, and within 3 days, they're there installing the charger for you because you take the charger home with you already. So that way you can charge it at home. And they've got some really interesting the state of Florida has got some real cool plans and all that kind of stuff. So it's actually, I can't wait to get it because it's cool not to have to put gas again. And it gets like 320 to the full charge. So I think that's actually more than enough, dude. I mean, give me a break. That'll last me a couple of days, and then I can just park it at home and charge it. And the next morning, it's fully charged. I never have to worry about it, dude. It's gonna be pretty cool, man. I don't have to touch those disgusting gas pumps. Those things are nasty. Gas pumps. Anyway, it is a Friday. How y'all doing? Hope you all doing well. If you got some time, come on by and say hi out here. We're gonna be out here for a little bit, hanging out. Just was talking with Larry Schlossberg. I wonder if Tony Stampone will be by because he usually is coming around. I know Pat Nasto must be hurting. He's such a big Dolphins fan. He's got to be hurting right now in a big time way, like the rest of us, of course. We've got the great Sean Stanley by my side here. I like it. Skylar says, morning, I got a last-minute ticket to see 21 Pilots on Tuesday when they come to Chicago. Stoked. You should be, dude. If you've never been to a 21 Pilots concert, you will enjoy yourself in a big-time way, as long as you like their music. If you don't like their music, then you're not going to enjoy it. But if you like their music, those two dudes are super talented. They put on a terrific show. They usually have like 3 different stages I've seen them twice, and that's kind of the setup that they had. And they keep it very interesting. And they put on a hell of a show, considering it's 2 dudes. I'm always impressed with that. The energy that 2 guys can produce. That's pretty cool. It reminds me a lot of oh man, now I'm brain farting with these guys. Jesus, Auerbach. I got his name in my head. The guitarist Auerbach and the brother. Damn it. The Black Keys. So it reminds me of the early days of the Black Keys, where I would go to the Fillmore and go see the Black Keys, and it's 2 guys. And the energy that they would bring, the Auerbach brothers would bring to the table was like freakish. It was just freakish. Now they added more pieces to the band and all that when they tour. It's still they are still the band, but on touring they kind of completed the sound and added everything else. But before they completed the whole thing, it was just them 2, and it was still full. It was awesome. It was impressive. And that was one of the things that blew you away about the Black Keys in the early days, that you would go to and you go, oh shit, there's only 2 people in this band? And it would kind of freak you out if you didn't really pay attention to what you were listening to, overall. And 21 Pilots, in a way, although they have more technology behind them than the Black Keys do, they kind of remind you of that too, that for 2 guys, they produce, a big sound. And that's always like when you only are 3 it's a challenge to produce a big sound for 3 people. You go see Muse or you see Rush, it's a the Warning, these young ladies, these 3 Mexican girls that are sisters, and I love them. I think they're fantastic. I can't wait to see them somewhere. They came with Guns N' Roses about a year and a half ago, but I had seen Guns N' Roses several times, and I wasn't going to pay that kind of money to go see the Warning. But one day I will run into those ladies that I really enjoy, and they do a great job as a 3-lady band. It's a challenge for a 3-man band, 3-woman band to get a big sound. And imagine if it's 2. And 21 Pilots does an excellent job of that. So, Skylar, you will enjoy yourself, young man. You will definitely enjoy yourself. That's for sure. Let me see what we got here on the chat board. Oscar Rojas is number 1 in Melbourne. Also, he puts Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Oh, I did not. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame list. Mary J. Blige, no problem. Jimmy Buffett, no problem. Cher, no problem. Dave Matthews Band, no problem. Foreigner, Peter Frampton, Kool and the Gang, Alex Corner, MC5. Well, MC5 for sure is one of those bands I don't think will make it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but they're so important to the foundation of rock and roll because MC5 had elements of punk before punk ever existed, had elements of metal before metal ever existed. That's ridiculous. So this is the kind of shit that came from Black Sabbath and Iron Maiden and the Ramones and the Sex Pistols and all that. There's a lot of that can come from MC5. But MC5 is not known or appreciated enough in music to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, they also did not have any kind of commercial success to be included in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So that's the problem with that. MC5's importance to music is more about foundational stuff that comes really more from musicians that heard them and then that influenced them into going into what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? But MC5, I doubt would ever make it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. MC5 is a different level conversation for music enthusiasts. But the general fan doesn't even know that MC5 exists, much less understands the impact, the power, and what they actually really mean to rock music in many different ways. So it's really screwed up, but MC5 will never get the love that they deserve because they were so raw and so early in what they were doing. John Mayall is just a god. The amount of people that went through the John Mayall band is just absolutely crazy. What is it? Ozzy Osbourne, Suzanne DePasse, Big Mama Thornton, A Tribe Called Quest. Yeah, definitely. I don't know about the other stuff that you're saying. I gotta read up on that. Suzanne DePasse, Big Mama Thornton. I don't know. I gotta look up all that stuff. Wait a minute. Ozzy Osbourne is not in the Rock and Roll. So Black Sabbath, but not Ozzy? Is that what it is? Well, Ozzy's, I mean, that's a no-brainer. And do it now while he still has a brain and he still can get inducted and he can still at least do somewhat of a speech that we can, maybe have like captions under. I hate when we induct people when they're past their, they're too old or dead or something. It just doesn't make sense. Dionne Warwick, yes. How is she not there already? And Norman Whitfield. Do you disagree with any of these inductees? I think I kind of went through the list. Steve Chapman, thank you, sir. Jamie Zoe out in San Jose. Don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button, please. Ray Sosa. Yes, and by the way, Hurricane Helene obviously going into the Big Bend of Florida and then into Georgia and all the way up into Atlanta. Our prayers, the videos. I mean, did you see the guy kayaking inside his house? It's just crazy shit, man. It's crazy shit. But hey, it's not getting any worse or anything. Ocala Joe says, morning, Orlando Sean, waking up and picking up the yard after Helene barely missed us. But glad she did. Smashing the button. Thank you. And I'm glad they missed you. I wish it would have missed everybody and gone right into the Atlantic. Let's see. One-Eyed Jack is in the house. Bitcoin, yep, all-time high this month. Yeah, in October. In October, because, all good things start in October. My birthday, October 1st. Disney World, October 1st. And then, of course, October is the hottest month for Bitcoin. So we do those things in October, Excuse-moi. Let me see. We're at 65,891, so we're almost at 66. Not bad. You've got the R&M Contractors, Bitcoin, and Crypto Report. Looks like you're trying to lead me somewhere here, Sean Stanley. Let's see. So Bitcoin right now, 65,891. So in this broadcast, we will definitely go over 66. If we brought on Manny, we'd go over 67. Ethereum is barely up about 1.5%. I'll give you some of the standouts. Star Atlas up over 5%. Avalanche near 5%, 4.7%. Gala Games 6.4%. Illuvium 5.7%. Jasmine Coin up 5.8%. Going to go for some of the standouts right now. Shiba Inu, if you guys are in it, 21%. VeChain up 5%. Those are some of the coins that are gliding. Axelar is up nearly 10%, by the way. That is tearing some butt. There you go. Those are some of the coins that are riding. We do have some news also going on, but before I do that, let me also go over some of the other ones that could be pumping here. Let's see what else. Pendle is just up 1%, but Pendle's been moving really, really well lately. So if you got it just under $2, because I think it hit like 180 or something like that. We gave you Pendle down at 134 or something like that. And at one point it was 260. That's what it was, right? Let me see. Yeah, 250. 250. It got down to 250 on September 6th. That's about the lowest it went. Let me see. No, actually 192 on August 5th. 192. We gave it to you early at 134, like, I don't know, maybe a year ago. And it went all the way to like $4. No, I'm sorry. It went to like maybe $5, I think it might have been. Let me see. Let me see its peak. Yeah, 677 actually. So it's back up to 460. It's gonna go past its previous high too. Pendle is going to be an absolute monster. So that is one there that is moving for you. Now let me give you some news. Let me take my glasses off, because if not, then it just becomes harder for me to read it. $2 trillion BNY Mellon Bank receives SEC approval to offer crypto custody services. Okay, now I wouldn't normally hold my crypto at a bank, but because you want to speed up mass adoption, This is the way people will learn early on because this is what they're used to. They're used to doing things through their bank. So this is actually a good thing. It's good for the banks too because it will help them. BlackRock, by the way, has bought more Bitcoin this week than any ETF has sold in the past 3 weeks. Is that crazy or what? And U.S. Bitcoin ETFs now hold 60 billion in Bitcoin, equal to 4.3% of the total supply. The SEC, by the way, I'm sorry. Let me see. Okay, yeah. Right now, 10.93% is Bitcoin is up 10.93% in September. September is normally a negative month for Bitcoin. This is turning out to be the best month ever, best September ever in the history of Bitcoin. So it shows you how bullish October is going. October is going to be sick, dude. Sick. MicroStrategy, by the way, is up 44% in the last 20 days. It gained over 11 billion in market cap and now is worth $33 billion. They own a ton of Bitcoin. What else? Also, in Portugal, Parliament member Joanne Cotar announces the formation of a Bitcoin Federal Association in the Parliament for financial education and Bitcoin. And that, my friends, is our R&M Contractors Bitcoin and Crypto Report. All right. And don't forget to call Ray and Mike here in South Florida if you are looking to take your home, your business to the next level. You can call the great people at R&M Contractors. They do it all from complete remodel, kitchen upgrades with appliances, drywall level 5 finish, bathroom upgrades, floor restoration, maintenance, stucco repairs. Please call Ray and Mike 305-345-3649. That's 305-345-3649. All right. By the way, do want to remind you many ways besides R&M Contractors or visiting our friends here at Acura Pembroke Pines. You can also make donations to the program. Many ways to support us. Hit that like button. Also, you can make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. We're going to put up the QR codes for you all out there because sometimes people have problems with the Cash Big O Show. I always get that stuff. So we figured we'd make the QR codes and you can put your phone to it. If you want to make a donation to the show, you can also make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation, which we always love that. You can use the QR codes to make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show, or use the QR codes for Venmo or Cash App there on your screen. Let's see. What else do we have here? Gus 1388. Andy Jackson. If the interest rates is cut another 0.5 point, hard assets will benefit, as in crypto. Yes. All risk assets. You see what's happened. Remember I told you how China was giving checks out and all that stuff. Did you see what happened in the stock market now? Biggest day in the stock market in a while. You know, you give out cash and then they start going and the smart people, instead of going out and buying 6 packs of beer and, go gamble it away, the smart people get that extra money and they go and invest it and they put it somewhere and all that kind of stuff. And, it's interesting how China hands out cash and all of a sudden they have their biggest day of the stock market, in a long time. Interesting how that works out. So yes, as the economy starts or as the Fed start to cut rates, risk assets are going to go. Bitcoin and all crypto and gold and silver and stuff like that is going to run. The DXY is the other thing you want to look at. The dollar is going down. As the dollar goes down, Bitcoin goes up. The M2 money supply, as the printer, as they start printing money, and you start looking at that thing going up like that, go watch what happens to the stock market. Watch what happens to Bitcoin. It all runs. It all runs, baby. Okay? We've explained this to you over time. Hopefully you guys have kind of gotten it as we've gone along the way, and we've kind of explained to you what's going on so you can take advantage of the market, of the crypto market, whatever it is. Let's see, what else do we have? Gus 1388 is in the house. Patrick Vecchio. Why are the Miami beat reporters easy on McDaniel at his pressers? I wouldn't be. Well, I think they're waiting for the entire crap to hit it. You know what I'm saying? But it's no, they ask him some tough questions. I saw him ask him, about giving up play calling. So it's a pretty tough question. James Vivinetti, Alex Palenzuela, Skylar Tipton, Man Dog. My highlight of the football weekend is the Canes. If it wasn't for them, I can't watch the Dolphins anymore. Dolphins are deteriorating very fast. The honeymoon has been over. Show out or get out. Can't argue with any of that. Bernard, thank you, sir, for smashing the like button. You're a stud. Christian is in the house. True Finn fan. September 25th was my 26th anniversary, and today's my mother's birthday. I'm lucky to have her. She's in my life. Awesome. And congratulations on the 26th, man, anniversary. That is awesome. And happy birthday to Mom. That is great, True Finn fan. Luis Notare. Jay Slim is loving the Bitcoin. Ryan is in. What's up, Big O? Woke up this morning surviving the hurricane here in Georgia. Snoop gets to start Monday night, and the Dolphins will be 2-2. Hey, man, listen. Now's the time. Like I said yesterday, they got to win this game. You're playing a terrible team. You have the surprise element of Snoop. If you're going to win a game while Tua is out, this is the game. If you lose this, it is the low point of all low points. Okay? It's over. It's just like, your coach is dog shit if you can't win this game. I just got to put it that way. This is not a good coach if you can't win this game. That's all. That's it. There's nothing more. By the way, we're over 66,000. We are at 66,103. I don't even think you can see that with the glare and all that kind of crap. Yeah, I figured that. But it's 66,103. This is just, by the way, the excitement that's going to happen to me as this thing climbs is going to be crazy. But no, seriously, you got to win Monday night. This is the ultimate, this is the ultimate test to see if you even have a half decent coach. You need to coach your ass off and find a way to win this game. That's why when he said yesterday, what was it? What was that line he used? The competitive advantage. I was like, yo, dude, be smarter than that. You are a smart guy. How can you be so dumb to say that? When you say that, it's because you want to start Snoop. You don't say that for Tim Boyle. There's no competitive advantage there. And we saw already what Tannehill Thompson is. This is it. You already ruined your surprise. In fact, you should have been, we're working Tim out and he's looking good. I would have lied the entire week. I would have lied about Tim Boyle the entire week and then start Snoop. That whole competitive advantage, you gave it away, dude. Because he's the running guy. And again, I got to thank my guy in Detroit. Because he's the guy that opened my eyes. He's the guy that educated me. He's the guy that said, oh, Boyle cannot do RPO. He's only strictly a pure drop back passer now. It's like, oh shit, that's right. So I gotta give my guy in Detroit a lot of love because he gave me that little nugget that kind of like shook my head and and brought some. It gave me some sense. You know what I'm saying? Some sense. So, but he's got to win this week. If Mike McDaniel, look, I'm already done with McDaniel personally. I don't think he's anything special. I've already told you this. I think he's nothing more than a play designer. He has a long way to go to prove me wrong. But this at least would be a nice little, a small little sign that I can at least say, oh, well, okay, maybe there's a light somewhere. I don't see it, but maybe there's a light somewhere. Let me keep walking down this dark tunnel. Maybe I could start seeing a shimmy, a little reflection, a twinkle or something, But okay, that's what I need. I need it, but I just don't see it from this guy. I just don't see it from this guy. But this is the game. This is the game. You have the surprise element of the running quarterback. You're home. You have an extra day to prepare. You better find a way to win this game, dude. I'm tired of your bullshit. So that's it. That's what I got to say about that. Okay. Ryan says, what's up, Big O? I'm sorry, Joe 305 saw 21 Pilots and Walk the Moon opened up for Neon Trees a long time back. There you go. Michael Lombardo says, morning, Big O. Daniel McDaniel talk and still said nothing. Oh, yeah. He doesn't really say anything. Mitz is listening in Maine. I'm dying to visit Maine one day. It just looks like an interesting state. Would love to visit it one day. I will. And it'll be in the summertime, too. I ain't going up there in the goddamn winter. There's no way. Cy is in Indy. I hope to see you, bro. We'll be at the Tavern South doing our pre- and post-game show there. So, Cy, I hope I'm going to see you there in Indy. We'll be there pre- and post-game. And we'll do the same thing, Sean and I. Will probably do it up to like about 45 minutes prior to the game, so that way we can walk over to the stadium. But this time it'll be a lot easier, Sean. I know the town. I know everything there, so I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'm under complete control in Indy, so I know exactly where I'm going, and there won't be no running around and going through the stadium and running around the entire fucking stadium and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, but we'll get it done, brother. I guarantee you that. Fernando says, I have a good feeling about Snoop this Monday, so much so I guarantee a win. All right. I love it. Clyde Hyde says, give me Motley Crue. All right. Kyle Cockrell is in. Ryan Varnicus. Yeah, Ozzy should have been in already. Miles Deep is in Vegas. Glad you are safe. Miami family, October 7th, B-Day. All good things in October. There you go, Miles Deep. You're a Libra. There you go. That's why there's a connection, bro. Manny Rodriguez, MC5, Steppenwolf. Yeah, RRHF is a joke. Yes, it is. Kyle loves his Caspa, up 5%. XJ with this Suey. Suey is always strong. I don't know if Brooklyn Rob's listening. I know Brooklyn Rob's a big Suey guy also. Chase 1 is in. Nico Jones. Let's see. 6193 in. 2 a time. Big O, what's your bet on the Miami Hurricanes? Lay the points, 17.5. They'll win. We're going 5-0, just like the Canes. 5-0, baby. Lay the 17.5. I saw it this morning. Lay the 17.5. Okay. George Ceballos in. Mace Taggart in, of course. Ty in the Bronx. Tom Stockel. Tannehill may have his limitations, but he did win a road playoff game. You mean Derrick Henry won a playoff game for him? Okay. When he had to win a game here against the Jets or the Bills at the end of the season, and they were really bad teams in those days, he failed. So that's what I know about him. And over there, all I know is he was winning playoff games, throwing 75 and 110 yards. Daniel Jones looked like a half decent, just couldn't punch it in the end zone. Well, then you're not the guy then, right? You got to get in the end zone. McDaniel feels like the intern who got the CEO job and just wants to make sure everyone likes him so he doesn't get fired instead of making the organization better. Nah, Nico, I just think he outthinks himself at times. Ty in the Bronx, thank you for the love in the super chat. Thank you, sir. He says Canes 37-10. So he's got them covering also. I like that. Got to have them covering. I think they'll cover. I think they're going to, it'll be one of, again, the same thing here. It'll be one of those games where it'll be kind of a slow start and then they pull away, which is what I told you would happen in the USF game. That it'll be kind of a slow start. They kind of figure them out, then punch them in the mouth and then take over. Because the one thing that the Canes are doing that the Dolphins aren't doing is that they're winning at the line of scrimmage. And it's a lot easier to draft first and second round picks in college because you could go out and get a whole bunch of 4 and 5 star guys. So it's a lot easier in college to get them than it is in the NFL. I understand that. But I still have to say that the Dolphins don't do a good enough job of winning at the line of scrimmage. And that's why you're going to struggle always. If you cannot punch people in the mouth on offense or defense in the line of scrimmage, it's going to make it. It's a trickle-down effect to everything else. It's just what it is. But the Canes and Mario Cristobal, who's a former offensive lineman, they get that. And they're running the shit out of the football. You saw it last year, and they've just continued, and now they are just dominating on the line of scrimmage, and that's what you have to do. If you're ever going to get to that level where Georgia's at and Alabama and Ohio State and all those kind of teams, you got to be able to line up with the big sons of bitches. And they're finally getting all those big mofos. And because they're getting those big mofos, look how they're running the ball, dude. They've got a 3-headed monster, and they can turn it on and off, and they can use A.J. Allen, or they can want to use the Martinez kid. It's a beautiful thing, dude. It's just a beautiful thing. You've got to be able to do that. And then you've got a quarterback that knows how to get all the players involved, not just Restrepo because he's the only guy that knows how to get open. No, now you're getting everybody involved, including the tight ends, which was a position that completely disappeared off the map on this team. You get the right quarterback, and all of a sudden your tight ends become a bigger part of the offense. It just these are higher percentage passes. And it's better for your quarterback. You got to do these kind of things. So Mario's doing they're getting that kind of stuff done that they need to become a better team. Get the easier offense going. Run the ball. Throw to the tight ends. Throw some to the running backs. That's what Miami, I was hoping that they would add more of that to this offense this year to the Dolphins. Then at the line of scrimmage, you got to get more physical. The University of Miami is understanding that the Dolphins have failed to be the more physical front on offense or on defense. It's a problem, man. Let's see. Donardo Joseph is in the house. Chase one, time to hop on the Canes bandwagon. I'm the worst, he says. Well, we're all on the Canes bandwagon all the time. Whether it's Manny Diaz or sorry-ass Al Golden, we're there. We suffer. And then one day we'll rejoice. And hopefully this is the season where we start to rejoice. Let's see. Art Carrillo says Daniel Jones didn't do so badly, but his receivers, yeah. I'm just not a Daniel Jones guy. He'll have some moments, but Adolfo says, I watched the show Wednesday, and you said that Skyler misses a lot of open receivers. For me, the players were there. He just did not execute. Listen, he's a disaster. He can't read. He can't react. He can't hit. Doesn't matter, bro. He added new things to his problem after that. Besides not being the most accurate guy, he just proved that he didn't have the cojones. And then he had no ability to understand what was going on around him. No awareness. I mean, he just added to a laundry. You know what he did? He cut his ass. Because that's what I would do. I would cut him as quick as I can. The second Tua comes back, I am cutting his ass so quickly. It's not even funny. Let's see. Context says, yeah, but Greer trades away or doesn't re-sign his good lineman or D lineman. Well, I disagree and agree with some of that. Okay, first of all, the Robert Hunt thing, it falls on the front office because they should have brought him back, and they shouldn't listen to their coaches sometimes because the coaches are the ones that have this thing that they don't want to spend any money on the centers and the guards. They want to go cheap and teach other guys, any guys, to do that position. That's how they feel they can do that. So that does fall on the front office. I can't argue with you on that. Now, Calais Campbell helps you out on defensive line. Wilkins does not. Wilkins helps you out against the run, but he doesn't help you out against the pass. And so he's got, half a sack now through 3 or 4 games, whatever it is they've played. So that's not anything impressive. He's not a pass rusher. I wouldn't have paid him that money. You know what I'm saying? So it could go both ways. But at times, I get that you have to appease your coaches, but I think maybe they got to, the problem is that McDaniel has to earn the right to have say in personnel, and he hasn't earned that right. And I think that that's where the front office needs to kind of put him more in his place, because you drafted a good player in Robert Hunt. Now, you were going to overpay him. I mean, a ridiculous amount of money, because really that's a lot of money to overpay. But the Wilkins one, I wouldn't overpay. But the Rob Hunt one, I can go with you on that one. I can definitely go with you on that one. I understand your criticism. It's fair. That's fair criticism. Let's see. When things aren't working, man, criticism becomes fair, unfortunately. Chase one says Finns are bottom 5 in penalties. Yeah, that's all. That's all one guy. I blame the coaches always for penalties. Nico says the fact that they kept this lousy 7th-round pick QB in Thompson, who looks terrified and lost with no pocket presence, fails on the it fails. It doesn't fail in the front office because it's a 7th-round pick, and he has physical talent. It fails the coaching staff. It fails Mike McDaniel, because they're the ones developing him. They're the ones saying, no, he's fine. They're the ones saying, no, we're going to cut Mike White over him. Okay? So that's where I get it, but I'm going to throw the indictment all on Mike McDaniel, because Mike McDaniel acted like Thompson was ready for this. And that's a huge indictment on the coaching staff. It doesn't get any bigger than that. You coach that guy. That's what well, hold on a second. Well, wait a minute. You were around this guy for 2+ years, and this is how he plays? That's a big indictment on Mike McDaniel and his coaching staff. Huge. It shows me more and more that McDaniel was only good for Tua for the confidence part, that he showed that he believed in him, because the other guy, all he did was shit on him. But when it comes to the actual playing, Tua's on his own. Tua makes the plays. He does whatever he can with a bad game day coach that doesn't compliment him. Just like Flo didn't compliment him, yet he still went 7-3 his rookie year. Hating him, setting him up for failure, starting him against the Rams in his first start, all that. Flo did everything to bury Tua, and Tua still went 7-3. And I think McDaniel doesn't try to bury his quarterback. It's just McDaniel's incompetent. That's why I told you, and I'll keep telling you, late Monday night when Sean and I are doing this show and we're going over the win or the loss against the Titans, if the quarterbacks played bad, okay, whether it's Snoop or Boyle or both played bad, I am not picking on them whatsoever. I will not say one bad word about any of those two guys. Okay? I've already said what I thought about each of them already. But all on their play, I will not, because the guy that's on the sidelines does a mediocre job at supporting his offensive players and his team in general. So I'm going to blame Mike McDaniel because he had 2+ years to prepare Skylar Thompson, and he couldn't even prepare him. How do I think he's going to have Snoop prepared in 10 days? That's unfair to Snoop. So unfair to Snoop. And if Snoop has success, it's based on his cojones, on his play, has zero to do with Mike McDaniel. If Tim Boyle goes out there and has any success, it has zero to do with Mike McDaniel. It has to do completely on him. Now, if they both fail, I will blame it all on McDaniel. That's how I'm rolling here. They will get no blame. They will get all the credit. Mike McDaniel will get all the blame and will get no credit. Why? That's what he's earned. This is the same goofball that didn't know the goddamn down against the Bills in a playoff game. I will never forget that. I will never forgive that. I will never accept that. Why? You have kept continuing to be a goofball since that day. And because of that, I will never forgive that. I will forgive it when you overcome it. When you do what Mario Cristobal is in the process of doing. He showed me a whole bunch of goofball shit the first 2 years. But at least he's now saying, well, wait a minute, guys. I didn't have my people. I have my coaches in place now. I have my players in place. Look at the results. They're a little different. And so far, that's what's happening. So now I can forget the past because the present looks completely different. My present looks exactly like my past. Unacceptable. So I need a lot of proof from this idiot that he's getting it done, because right now what I see is a bunch of village idiots on the sidelines. Okay? I see a goofball coaching staff right now. That's what I see. I see a goofball coaching staff that doesn't deserve to be employed. Never believed in the special teams coach, and I still don't believe in the special teams coach. And he's kept them around. So nothing has changed with this guy. Magic Mike, my ass. That was just, I mean, are you still wearing that shirt? You're wearing that Magic, did you buy a Magic Mike shirt? Anybody wearing that Magic Mike shirt now? Is that shit in the trash, not the hamper now? So that's how I'm rolling. Snoop and Tim Boyle will get all the credit and zero criticism, because they are going to a gunfight with a butter knife. That's how I feel Dolphin quarterbacks are with that guy as their coach. That's all. You could give them a terrific, piece of military machinery, and then say you got to hit that target. No shot. No shot. That's Mike McDaniel. Until proven otherwise. I don't agree. Skylar has 50-50 blame. It's clear you don't support McDaniel anymore, and that's your opinion, but I still hope McDaniel can turn it around. Well, you can hope all you want, but the proof is he doesn't win challenges, right? Is that not the proof right there? The proof is he doesn't know when to stay with the run. The proof is you pay for tight ends, and he doesn't know how to use them, right? Isn't that the proof? The proof is that he's constantly not prepared on the sidelines. The proof is, Frankie Fresco, does he get a play in on time for Skylar, for Tua, for anybody? No. So that puts you at a disadvantage. I don't know what you're watching, but I know what I'm watching. I'm watching a guy that doesn't know how to run an offense, doesn't know how to put his team in positions to be successful, doesn't know how to put his players in positions to be successful. So I don't know what you're watching. You can hope. That's another conversation, my brother. That's not what we're talking about here. What we're talking about here is a guy that doesn't know how to run a football team, especially in real time. Does he counter Frankie? When you stuff him, when you figure him out, does he know how to answer back? No. Well, if you give him a whole year, yeah. Give him a whole year, and then maybe he'll figure it out. So if you don't think that's a detriment to every quarterback, I can't help you, my man. It's insane Crossman is still there. Through 2 different head coaches, we couldn't find anyone. Does he have dirt on Ross? I don't know. Magic Mike shirts now a car rag. Uncle Joey says Dolphins pure trash. Is our coach a fraud? Well, he looks like one of the bigger frauds we've ever seen. Yes. Yeah, I thought McDaniel was supposed to rejuvenate the running game when he got here 3 years in, still inconsistent. Yeah. Yep. What do the Bills and my broken doorbell have in common? No rings. There you go. We got hoodwinked by a stoner with some cool glasses. Big O keeping it 100. I can only tell you what I see. And I see a guy that is just incompetent. Let's see. The goofball never calls a single play in San Francisco, and you fell for it. He called running plays in San Francisco. They let him call a couple running plays. But see, that's where we all kind of fell for the banana in the tailpipe, because he did call some running plays. Now, here's where there's the misconception, and we have to kind of understand. But this is good because it's a learning lesson for all of us, for future coaches when you see them. The word was that he did make some calls on the offense. He did, but they were running plays. But see, here's the difference. Okay? And now we got to put context. Okay, so you called a running play. Okay? So then you didn't call anything else for the next 2 or 3 plays, or 10, or maybe 3 series, and then you called another running play. That doesn't allow you to get in a groove in the game of you calling the plays like Shanahan was doing at that moment, seeing what the defense is doing, and then having the playbook in front of you and countering it. So in real time, he never did that. So in real time, while you see, that's the part that we all kind of, but he called some plays in San Francisco, the running plays sometimes. Okay, that doesn't mean you're an offensive coordinator. An offensive coordinator is calling all the plays and countering what's going on throughout the game. So when we had that conversation of, he's never called plays. Oh, no, but yeah, he did some, that Shanahan let him call some running plays in San Francisco down the headset. Okay, call this running play. And so they would, and they'd have some success. But that kind of piecemeal approach is not really what an offensive coordinator is. So now you put him in the position where he really has to be an offensive coordinator, and he has failed immensely. His play, he has too much motion, Frankie. How about all those penalties, Frankie? Is that helping your team, Frankie? How does that help your team having all the penalties and being so disorganized, Frankie? Is that a good coach? Does that put your quarterback, your running back, your offensive line, your receivers, your tight end, does that put your team in a positive position? No. So if you keep having these problems year in and year out with mistakes and penalties and all kinds of stuff, who does that land on, Frankie? So you can hope all you want. But the reality is, this is what we get. And this is what we've gotten for 3 years. And we can't keep saying, oh, he's young, he'll learn. This is the NFL, dude. We don't have time for on the job training. That's a bunch of horse shit. So, anyway. You could get rid of the Uncle Joey loser there on your side, because apparently he's just a troll. Let's see, what else do we have here? Joseph, fantastic Friday morning. Thank you, Joseph. Appreciate it. Big O, what was the year the Bills won one Super Bowl? Never. But they're good at choking. Let's just all smash and hit the like button, fellas. Yes, Yater, thank you. People hate the truth. I'm with Big O. Tired of losing every year. Same old Dolphins until we make a lot of changes. Big O, are you impressed with Anthony Weaver so far? Too early, but the defense got better this week. I guess you weren't listening earlier in the week. I talked a little bit about, you did a piece on the continuity, right? There's one there on continuity. You may want to listen to it. How much practicing did what's it called? Ramsey do? How much did Poyer do? Holland wasn't in with them much either. See what I'm saying? Cam Smith will come back next week. You'll add him to the mix. Fuller's new with all these guys. He's never played with them. You see what I'm saying? And you see a lot of the screw-ups in the secondary. Timing, all those kind of things. That's because these people haven't played, man. And then it got better as the third game went on. If you notice, they did limit them to 17 points all the way into the early fourth, right? Late third, I think it was. You gotta. Let's wait. Let's wait on Weaver. Let's wait for these guys to get some playing time, get in a groove, all that kind of stuff. Everybody to kind of figure it out. I'm not ready to make anything on Weaver yet and say he's good, he's great, he's bad, he's terrible, he's mediocre, he's average. I don't have an opinion yet. It's not fair. It's fair for Mike McDaniel. I've had him for several years now, and I keep watching the same screw-ups. Weaver just got here. He's getting to know these players. They're getting to know him. Players are getting to know each other. I'm going to pump the brakes on that. Okay? I think that's what's fair with Anthony Weaver. Okay? Mike McDaniel, we can go all out with Mike McDaniel. He hasn't done jack shit. So, I'm not saying Mike McDaniel's a good coach. All I said, I was hoping he can turn it around, but Skyler has some blame too. There were open guys and Skyler but that's my point. Skyler sucked. I'm sorry. Did I say Skyler was going to be good? How come I knew he wasn't good, Frankie? How come I said that Skyler's not the guy before he played? Did I ever believe in Skyler Thompson? Go listen. So I said Skyler wasn't the guy. I told you that I'd rather keep Mike White because he has slightly more consistency than Skylar. Did I not say that? Isn't that the exact quote? I would have kept Mike White over him. And I'm not a Mike White guy either. So how do I know and he doesn't? He's around the guy every day. Frankie, I'm not giving him any breaks, bro. I am an idiot sports talk show host, not a financial advisor, not a betting expert. But I knew that Skylar Thompson was ass. I knew Skylar Thompson was ass. That when I know something more than a coach does, that's some scary. That's not good, Frankie. It's just not good. Big O, why don't we know who the starting QB? I already told you, bro. It's Snoop. Don't worry about it. Bank. Oh, by the way, have they put any Snoop yardage yet? Did you check and see if they put any Snoop yardage, Sean? Because I need to see if they have Snoop yardage because Vegas may not be onto it, but we are. And if it's reasonable, because he's going to be running for his life. Player props, rushing, Achan, Pollard, Spear, Will Levis. No, they don't have it. Oh. No. Not in 40-plus yards, 50. No, it's only the same four guys. Yeah. No, they don't have it. But anyway, it'll be Snoop. The coach gave it away yesterday. So, bet anything you want, it's Snoop. Anything you want, it's Snoop. Anything you want. He'll be the guy. Let's see. We need a QB that can scramble a bit with pocket presence. Imagine a young Russell Wilson in this offense. Yeah, I don't, hypotheticals is. How about a quarterback that doesn't want to run into defenders? That's what I want. Like the guy that played last year. The guy wasn't taking on defenders, wasn't trying to hold the ball for 4 or 5 seconds. You know that guy. That's the guy I want. I get it. Some of you don't like Uno. You don't believe in Tua. I believe in Uno. I believe so much in the kid. I know he can pass. He's just got to play smart and stop being stupid. That's all. And he got stupid, and he paid the price. And I don't understand. He has plenty of experience of playing stupid and being in a hospital. Today I was stupid, and now for 6 months I rehab my hip. Today I was stupid, and I blew out my ankle. Now I will put on a titanium rod. Today I was stupid again and put on a titanium rod on my other ankle. Today I was stupid and became concussed. Today I was stupid again and became concussed. And then again, I became stupid and became concussed. I don't know how many times you want to be stupid. I'm not sure. Does anybody at least phrase it to him that way? Because maybe when you brutally phrase it that way, like, hey, do you want to be stupid, Tua? Why are you telling me that? Well, I mean, did you watch the 2 fat guys land on you and blow out your hip? Well, you held the ball for 4.5 seconds there, moron. What do you think happens when you hold it on for 4.5 seconds? Can't you see? You're too slow. You can't even outrun fat boys that weigh 300 pounds. Hint, hint, Tua. Look at Baker Mayfield. He can't outrun a fat cop full of donuts. So should Baker Mayfield go and take on and try to outrun? No, just pass the ball and live for the next day. That's what he tries to do. In Cleveland, he did try to get a little physical, didn't he? And didn't he bust up that shoulder and stuff? Yeah. So holding on to the ball, trying to do too much. He learned. Pass the ball, get away from it. And that's That's all Tua has to do, bro. Learn to stop being stupid. It'll be magical for him. It'll be painless. But if you want to be stupid, it'll be painful. Hour number 2 from Craig Zinn's Acura Pembroke Pines is next. For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
With more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes, Welton Rayom is committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
So here we are. I wanted to show you the backyard again because we had some trouble last time, but you know, cuttersedgepro.com does some amazing stuff, and there are the boys and the girl. They're having fun. There we go. Right, Maiden? Right, Bono? There we go. They're having fun. I'm having fun. Look at our Sylvester palm. It is beautiful. We got another one in the front yard like that. You can take your home and landscaping to the next level. And the artificial turf, look at that. Look at that, the two dinosaurs going at it, huh? Look at that, I gotta love the dinosaurs. Look at them, they like to bite each other's legs. That's what they do, they play with each other and then they bite each other and they piss each other off. It's fun. One is Bono, which is the one farther away from you, and Maiden, she's the girl right here. She's a badass, that's for sure. So anyway, see the flowers are coming out. Very nice. CuttersEdgePro.com, folks. This big tree there will start budding that I'm showing you there soon. It'll have all kinds of flowers. I'll post another video and I'll show it to you. This is a backyard where everybody gets to hang out. Over there in the corner there, I put the barbecue and cook. That way it's the farthest away from the house, you know. If I light myself on fire or somebody else, we're out in the corner away from everybody. There you go. So you getting some flowers coming out, which is a beautiful thing. And I swear by this artificial turf, it always looks phenomenal. I don't have to cut it. I don't have to water it. And so I'm saving a lot of money, hundreds and thousands in the long run, because I'm not watering or, of course, cutting the grass. And you know, here in South Florida, we cut the grass like every 10 to 14 days.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
There's just one place to celebrate our happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Plus last chance savings on a 2024 RDX. $379 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
There we are. Bitcoin holding over 66,000 now. Notice how from the moment it hit 49, and then it started climbing and climbing and climbing. All it's done is keep climbing to a next level and a next level and next level. This is it right here. This is just. And if I try to give you the news every day on what's going on now with our segments, with our R&M crypto segments. And I'm telling you, folks, if you don't see it coming, I can't help you. I've tried to help you for a few years now, so it's up to you. Those of you that have been at it since we were at 16 or 20 or 30, you know what I'm talking about. So it's beautiful. It is a beautiful thing to see the bounce back, and we're going to go to all-time highs now. October is going to be explosive. Get ready. These next 6 months are going to be a lot of fun for us, man. A lot of fun for us. And by the way, send Feronis a link. I'm not sure if I sent him a link. But anyway, what else do we have on here? Hundley is at his most accurate, throwing to short middle of the field. We should put Tyreek in the slot to help Hundley out for short crossing routes. Yeah, I heard him yesterday in his quote that he said, yeah, I'm best when I'm running. And I'm like, cringe. Cringe, you know. So I'd like to see him be accurate and be a really good passer, which I don't think he is, but that would be really nice. You know, maybe he could go to the Laser Eye Center of Miami. You just never know. You can go see the fellas there at the Laser Eye Center, Dr. Lascano. Get it done at the Laser Eye Center of Miami. See, he's taking care of my mother-in-law, my wife, my daughter, and moi. So there you go. Laser eye center of Miami. Maybe that's what Tannehill Thompson needs. He needs his eyes fixed or something. I don't know. Could be, bro. Laser eye center of Miami could be the place for you. You might need that. Fix that vision. But I'm going to be interested to see what Huntley has to say, and how he plays this week. In other words, okay, how his play speaks. Two a time. Big O, did you buy the Trump Bitcoin? No, I don't. I'm not one of those idiots that buys anything Trump. Watch now. A Trump coin. Trump flag, Trump Bible. I mean, the guy's the biggest grifter there is in the world, bro. I mean, it's just amazing. But, a lot of suckers out there. So he knows that there's a lot of suckers out there. So he gets to take advantage of them. And they're the idiots sporting the sneakers and the everything else. I mean, what do you want me to do? It's clownish, dude, really. It's clownish that any candidate would be doing stuff like that. It's just like, it's embarrassing, dude. It's embarrassing. Really. What candidate has ever done that, bro? Can you imagine Reagan hawking shoes? Bush Sr. hawking shoes? Maybe Bill Clinton, would you like to buy this bong? I take hits from this bong, but I don't inhale. I'm not sure, bro. Whatever. It's just... whatever. Chad says, fins up, baby. I'm happy the Band-Aid came off early this year, already over the season. I'm interested to see how McDaniel either takes a step as a head coach or regresses. Well, he's regressed. He just continues to regress. That's all it is. Yeah, because no candidate needed. Well, I mean, if you keep, if you keep committing infractions, you're going to have to defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of, maybe you don't want to get caught on audio saying, hey, can you find me 12,000 votes? So you're trying to rig an election? Yeah, so you're going to end up in court. So, yeah, too bad. That's the stuff you bring on yourself, bro, not anybody else. Nobody else did that for you. So I don't make excuses for anybody. Sad part is some of you are all too pathetic that you do. Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. The great Alan Blanco, 786-618-1443, custom printing and embroidery. Check it out, 3A Graphics. Last night, Dallas defeated the Giants 20-15. Cowgirls are 2-2. The G-Men are 1-3. Tonight, University of Miami will host Va-Tech at Hard Rock Stadium. They are favored by 17.5 points. The over and under is 54. Va-Tech plus 575 on the money line. Miami minus 850 on the money line. I am going lay the 17.5. We're going to improve to 5-0 this year against the spread for 5 straight weeks here with the Canes. Saturday, tomorrow, Inter will host Charlotte. And Inter, by the way, is minus 205 on the money line. Charlotte plus 425 on the money line. This is a game you need to produce the 3 points. Okay? And they're going for the Supporters Shield. Keep pace. And right now, for Monday's game on ESPN at 7:30, the Dolphins are favored by 1, over and under 36.5. Minus 102 on the money line. The Dolphins minus 118 on the money line. Sean and I will start the pregame show at 5:30 to get you ready for that 7:30 tip or kick. And then we will have the postgame show the second the game ends. All right. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. McDaniel looks worse year after year. Yeah, because we get to see the whole picture. See what I'm saying? That's the thing. We get to see him in all kinds of situations, and he continues to fail. And in that first year, you won the games, but you kind of tripped down the end, and then you had the incredible brain fart in the playoffs. Like, think about that, dude. A head coach forgetting the down, and he calls the plays. just like a president selling gold sneakers. It's the same thing. These are things that just, no. It's not supposed to happen, bro. Just not supposed to happen. It's crazy. And that should have been the ultimate scary sign. That guy, the most important person in your franchise, the head coach, didn't know the damn down, bro. I can't imagine Shula. I can't imagine Spo not knowing where he's at. You just laughed. You just laughed. Why did you just laugh? Because you know how professional Spo is. You know how detailed Spo is. And you just laughed and you just smirked because you know that would never happen to Spo. Just would never happen.
It's about preparation.
Because that's exactly what we end up with. Hemorrhoids. Seriously. Spo, in his entire time, have you ever seen Spo lost? Like he doesn't know what he's doing? Give me a break, dude. These are, it doesn't happen, dude. Paul Maurice. Paul Maurice is going to look like a goofball in a game? No, he's not. These are things that just are not supposed to happen, man. And with this guy, I guess I'm old school. So that's where I'm at. Let's see. What do we have here? Who would you rather have on the Dolphins, Tua or Cam Ward? I want Tua right now, bro. I want Tua to make good decisions with his body because he can play in the NFL level. And he's been in the MVP talk. I don't even know what Cam Ward's going to do in the NFL. Cam Ward has played bad college teams and put up some awesome numbers, and he looks terrific. You know, what did Trevor Lawrence do, bro? He tore it up, right? And we all thought he was going to be the next second coming, and there he is. Look at Joe Burrow now struggling. After starting out, now the back end, he's having injuries and inconsistencies and all that. Everything, you know, the problem with you a lot of you fans is you're prisoners of the moment. And so all of a sudden, Cam Ward's going to be different than Trevor Lawrence or different than Joe Burrow. Or maybe he'll be a failure just like a lot of other quarterbacks that go to the NFL. Because even Cam Ward's career, it's not even better than Trevor Lawrence's. And look what Trevor Lawrence looks like. He looks terrible right now. It's just, you just see something at this moment in the context of where it's at. And then you translate it and you think it's going to move over to the NFL and they're going to be just as beautiful and perfect. You know how freaking silly that is, Jimmy? But the problem is, one parrot says it, then there's 10,000 other parrots. So now we have a whole bunch of UM and Dolphin fans, and I deal with this UM Dolphin bullshit all the time. Okay? All the time. Oh, my God. I remember with Ken Dorsey. When I had to tell him that he couldn't play in the NFL level, they lost their minds. So relax, dude. Okay? Cam Ward looks terrific. He looks like a Heisman hopeful right now and everything. They've played nobodies. So let's wait and let's see what happens when he gets to the NFL, and we'll find out. But those of you that think that all of a sudden he's going to become this Pro Bowl quarterback, come on, bro. This is the guy that couldn't get the right NFL grade and had to go back to college. You forgot about all of that. He's with because he really couldn't get a high draft grade. So Pump the brakes. Relax. Cam Ward looks terrific, but keep it in the context of what it is. Don't just go, oh, let's put this over here on Sundays and it'll translate. I mean, that's just some silly shit, dude. Really. Spo runs circles around coaches. It's the opposite for McDaniel. Boom. Big O, do you believe McDaniel es su último año en Miami? No, I don't. I'm kind of predicting what went on, right? Didn't I say this would be the hot seat, the year that puts him on the hot seat? That's what I think happens. You just gave him the extension, bro. This is the year that gets all screwed up. And then, as I said last year, I said this will be the year that he puts himself on the hot seat. This will be the hot seat year. How many right now on the chat board remember me predicting that, nope, if he screws it up, this will be the hot seat year and it'll be the following year, the one that will be his last? How many remember that on the chat board right now? Put up a hand. Say, yes, me. I remember. I said it many times. Many times. That they're not going to get fired this year. If anything, if he screws up, this is the year that puts him on the hot seat year in year 4. He's not going to get fired this year. Said it over and over and over. Look, there you go. Yes, I remember. I know what I say. Frankie sometimes doesn't know what I say, but I know what I say. So this is the year with all the screw-ups and all that kind of stuff. I was hoping it wouldn't be. And then that would be then next year would be the year that, oh my God, and you better get it done or whatever. And right now, sadly, it's kind of what I said. I hate it. But I wasn't a big fan of his last year. As you all, those of you that really, some guy on Twitter goes, oh, so now you're not a McDaniel fan. I go, bro, do you listen to my show or something? It's like, I love the people that go off sometimes on Twitter and then they don't really listen to our show. They might listen to a segment here or there. Those of you that listen to the show, you get everything. You get everything. You understand it. You pick up on it. You know exactly what I say. You don't pick up some stuff here or there or not, or some little bit, or some guy tells another guy, hey, did you see Big O said this? And he didn't give the entire context of whatever. Those people always fall by the wayside every single time. Those of you that really listen, you know what I'm saying. You know exactly how it goes. Let's see. I don't see Tua playing much longer. He doesn't know how to protect himself and never has. Well, I'd love to disagree with you on that one, Finn Rule, but that's what he's proven to us. And in the front office, by the way, they have to now say to themselves, we can no longer trust our player. We have to draft another quarterback. Even if, let me tell you something. Let me explain something to you. Tua can come back, run the table in the playoffs, win the Super Bowl, and I'm still drafting a quarterback. How do you like them apples? And I'm talking about a first-round quarterback. Okay? The best scenario ever. He runs the entire table. They win the Super Bowl. I'm still drafting a quarterback because Tua has proven to me exactly what Finn Rule said. We can no longer trust him. We can trust him to not get a DUI. We can trust him not to hit his wife. We can trust him to not be a criminal. We can trust. Tua is a super human being. He's awesome. We know that. You know that. I know that. We all know that. We love Tua as the person. We know he's awesome. I wish I was a tenth of the person that Tua is. Okay? Most of us with a brain know he can pass the shit out of the football. But now we all know that he gets stupid on the field and loses his mind and then starts doing stupid things that he cannot. Son, your ego's writing checks your body can't cash. And somehow or another, he doesn't fucking win, doesn't figure it out. I'm completely off balance. There's a big guy on top of me about to land on me. Let me just curl up and protect myself. No, let me try to throw over him to throw out of bounds and put my body more at risk to get hurt. Stupid. Oh, I don't know exactly where the first down is. I have to put my shoulder into that guy. Stupid. Slide and live for the next. Bro, Marino slid. Marino never took on a hit. And even if he was short on first down, none of us ever complained about Marino throwing the ball away, sliding, never wanting to take hits. Why? Because we need Marino for the next down, in the next series, in the next game. And Tua cannot be trusted to understand this. So does not matter what happens this year with Tua Tagovailoa. He could win the Super Bowl. He could get to the playoffs. They could fail to get to the playoffs. I don't care. I'm drafting a quarterback. I don't care. I'm drafting a quarterback. I can no longer trust you. Those are the facts. So since I can't trust you, I need to prepare for life without Tua. I don't need to prepare for a backup. No. I need to prepare for life without Tua because you're going to retire yourself. And since I don't know when you're going to retire yourself, I need to be prepared. So I'm drafting a quarterback. I'm not trading for anybody like some of you idiots wanted to do because there's nobody out there. Adam Schefter comes, oh, Russell Wilson and Zach, well, get the hell out of here. None of those guys are saving your season, especially with that guy on the sidelines. So let's get real. Tua will save your season or no one else. So let's not give away picks or anything. Save those picks. Save them for the draft. Save them for the next quarterback. That's what I got to say. Where's Bitcoin at? Oh, man, we're at 66,437. It's trying to make it a 67 now. We told you we'd be at 66 during the show. We told you we'd get to 67 and we'd bring Manny Navarro on. Although we will bring him on tonight. A Friday night pump with Manny Navarro. So maybe 68 tonight. Put a lot of pressure on Manny. If we get to 70, billions are going to be liquidated. Billions. It's going to be so sweet. It's going to just catapult. It's awesome. This is awesome. I hope you bought. How many of you, by the way, right now, be honest. Okay, don't lie. How many of you are Bitcoiners right now? There's 195 watching. Please smash the hell out of the like button. You guys could easily get us over 200. How many right now are Bitcoiners? Say, I am. I'm not. I am. I'm not. Give it to me. Let me see on the chat board. Who's in, who's out? Who's in? Jensen is in. One-Eyed Jack is in. Done blow up. See, at least Chris Duquette. I like Chris Duquette. That's the kind of guy. That's the kind of anti. Not that he's anti. That's the kind of non-Bitcoin guy I like. I don't understand Bitcoin enough to get involved. What I don't like is the idiot. Oh, it's a scam. Oh, yeah, that's not real. Like, what was it? A buddy of mine that is so programmed by the media. It's kind of sad. I mean, I'm not going to say his name, but it's embarrassing because he's just like a parrot for the media. He's lazy. He doesn't really read. He doesn't really understand it. But he'll give you a stupid opinion. And that's what I love. I love people that will give you an opinion on something they know nothing about. And then they want to go off on it. But I wanted to read it because there's some of you that will say the same thing. And I just want you to know that you're going to sound stupid because since you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Let me see if I can find it here. Here it is. Here we go. Bitcoin's still the wild child. BlackRock's late to the party and ETFs are gobbling it up like there's no tomorrow. Meanwhile, Ethereum's the dependable friend who's just quietly keeping things running. Welcome to the circus. So Bitcoin's still the wild child. Okay, let's see. It was like 7-8 digits behind a penny. And it's at 60-something thousand. How's that wild? It survives wars. It survives pandemics. What's the deal? How's it a wild child? And the fact that BlackRock and everybody else is getting in, it's because now they understand it and they now know it's legitimate. SEC has lost every case against it. But again, when you're programmed by the media that knows nothing about this, because they don't take the time to get educated, they don't go read the white paper, they don't really understand what's going on with our dollar and all that. And, so you have silly responses like that, like my buddy there, that they don't know shit, but they have a stupid opinion, but they don't know shit. And there's a lot of you like that you don't know shit, but you have a stupid opinion. Instead of like Mr. Duquette, who says, hey, I don't know enough about it to get involved. That's what an educated man says. That's how somebody actually does it. Like some guy sent me some stuff about Argentina, and he actually didn't read the article, so I sent him a quote of the article. Bro, next time, don't read that, just the headline. Here's a quote of the article, so you'll know you're full of shit. You don't understand what's going on. Even maybe you must be Argentine or something, but I guess El Americano knows more about what's going on in your country, dude. You know what I'm saying? But it's just funny. And this goes on all over because a lot of folks are just lazy. They don't really read what's really going on. They just kind of follow the lazy ass news and the headlines, and they don't really actually take the time to go deeper into all that. And that's the problem. So I am. I like it. I'm not, says Dolphin. Chase One is also not. Mr. Bonafide says I'm not. I know you're in, Kyle Cockrell. You are a big timer. Horn Dog says I'm not, but very interested. What are you waiting for? Let's see. Oh, Gonzo hodling since 2017. You're a stud. Christian says I'm diversified. I've been a Bitcoiner since 19, says Rojas. Tua can be a Super Bowl QB. He definitely has the it factor. Yeah, but not if he wants to add the stupid factor to it. Lenny says, I don't have any extra funds to get into Bitcoin, but I'm really interested. See? Yes, there you go. Ray says, I'm not, but I need to be. But you guys can open up a PayPal account. I mean, what's it called? A Cash App account, and you can buy $2, $5, $10 every chance you get. And then you could just accumulate like that. And then you can send it to your cold storage wallet. It's not a big deal. You send it for free too. And on Swan, the first 10,000 Bitcoin you buy is fee free. And by the way, when you buy on Swan, it's still cheaper than on Cash App. Okay. It's half the price of what it is on Cash App. So, all that kind of stuff and sending it on Swan to your cold storage wallet is always free. But you guys don't have to spend thousands of dollars. You can accumulate thousands with time. Instead of spending that $4 or $5 you spend at Starbucks, dude, buy Bitcoin $5. And you'll see it multiply. It's super simple, and you could do it on Cash App. You can buy $1 on Cash App. You can buy $8. You can buy $800. You know, it's the beauty of it. You can buy little pieces, and you just keep adding. That's what you guys should do. I'm telling you, and it's about to explode to a point where then it just becomes really ridiculous. So take advantage now. Okay, I can't wait till it hits 80,000 so I can show you my Cash App account that has 2% Bitcoin in it. Okay, that is going to freak you guys out. It's already up nearly $200. Look at the account right now. Okay, so that's pretty good. 66,329 right now for Bitcoin. Hateful Steve is in the house. Thank you for the love on Venmo, Cash App, or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show, Cash App, or Venmo. And of course, you can use the QR code when we pull it up there on the billboard. Oh, we can all agree now that Belichick wasn't anything without Brady, but he's a great defensive mind. That he was, Steve. He's always been a great defensive mind. Let's not take that away from him. But what did Belichick do for Brady that Tua needs a coach to do for him besides knowing what down it is? Run the ball, bro. Get a better offensive line to protect him. Use the damn tight end. Throw to wide receiver, to running backs. Like Brady would do. Tight ends and running backs besides your wide receivers. He had Dante Scarnecchia, the best, known as maybe the best offensive line coach in history, was for the Patriots. Okay? So, yeah, you got to give him stuff like that. Joe Montana had an all-pro offensive line, an all-pro fullback, an all-pro running back, all-pro tight end, all-world receivers. You know what I'm saying? You kind of got to help people out a little bit here. And then it helps to have a really good coach that knows what down it is and how to use the pieces and how to use. Mike McDaniel is just not that guy, man. That's why when Tua had structure with the talent, national title. He had a massive line in front of him. He doesn't have to worry. And even that, Steve, he still played stupid. He still played hero ball. He still did some dumb things because it's in his DNA. And that's what, as much as I love Tua, I have to say it. Stupidity is in his DNA on the football field because he thinks he's something that he's not. He thinks he's my Yorkie that can take on the world. And that's just not the case. So, yeah. It's just a messed up situation, man. It just is. As much as I would love to tell you, everything's under control and we're overreacting. No, man. No. A good coach is a good coach, man. It makes a difference. And I saw it with Shula all the time. I don't give a shit if you were Nick Giaquinto, Guy Benjamin, or Doug Peterson. If you were going to play, you were in your best position to succeed because Don Shula would not put you out there if you were not prepared. And I just mentioned some oddball names in the history of Dolphin football. Only hardcore Dolphin fans would know who the hell I'm talking about there. But they all played at one point or another, and they defended themselves and were half decent at that moment. The moment Shula called their name and you go, who the hell is that? And you're like, oh, okay, well, he did all right. All right, Shoes had him prepared. I just, no, man. I have a problem with that. Worst thing about being old school is that I've seen it all. And then I can compare you. And so then I can use Spo and Shula and say, McDaniel, this is what I need from you, bro. This is what I need. This is what I'm used to. See Paul Maurice? This is what I'm, Hey, Tata Martino. I was very critical of Tata early on. He wasn't showing me coaching. I was just seeing Messi and the Messi show. And then without Messi, what were they? They were a complete disaster. They were losing every game without Messi. And I'm like, yo, bro, you're not a coach then. So you lost your quarterback? Well, show me something, dude. And you're not showing me shit. And when Shula lost a coach, he showed it to me. And when Tata lost Messi and Suarez and Rojas for a month, he finally showed it to me. And I said, okay, I'm off your case, bro. I'm off your case. You showed me coaching. You can't show me, McDaniel's great front running, right? Remember Ryan Tannehill, a terrific front running quarterback. Running game's working, defense dominating. All he has to do is make a couple of passes. You got the lead, great. You try to fall behind now. Hey, Ryan, we need you now. Let's go small. Let's disappear. So, you need to show me something. And Mike McDaniel hasn't shown me shit. He's shown me he's a front runner is what he's shown me. And I've seen a lot of that with the Dolphins in the last 25, 30 years. I need to see you overcome adversity, and you can't overcome any of that shit. That's unacceptable. Acura of Pembroke Pines, baby. Yeah, that's where we're at right now, 15601 Pines Boulevard, just off of I-75 and Pines. Come on out here. See Larry Schlossberg and the boys. They know how to get it done. I got all the RDXs right in front of me right there. It's a beautiful thing. We got some great lease features. The 2025 Integra, $339 a month, 3.9% financing for 60 months. The ZDX, get electrified. They are number one in selling ZDXs right now in the country. Number one. So come on out, $479 a month right now for all approved leases, 0.9% financing for 72 months. I said 0.9% financing. Yes. You don't have to clean your ears. You're not, I didn't make a mistake. 0.9% financing for 72 months. RDX, we have some 2024 models in stock. You can get them for $379 a month. So come on down here. Check out our service center. If you own or lease an Acura, come see my guys, Mike Chan and Jordan Ferber. They know how to get it done at Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Chase one says, I apologize for my bad takes in advance, Big O. You're good, Chase one. You're not a troll, bro. Who do you think is going to make it out of the AFC, the Chiefs or the Bills? I'm going to go Chiefs. Bills are looking good. That's, again, it's early. We'll see. Bitcoin is a quality investment. Yes, sir, Emilio. What do you think of the kid suing for the baseball? Yeah, I forgot how the story goes, but he has it, or how did it go?
Supposedly he came out of the pile with it or something, and then somebody else got it, but then the judge put it up for auction yesterday.
Okay.
It went to the emergency hearing.
So they took it away from the kid?
He said, she said, right? Because
is there video?
That I don't know. I haven't seen any video. I don't know if anything's been out. Everything I've seen has just been a picture of him just kind of standing there. If that's him in the picture, I've seen the same picture over and over. So
yeah, Frankie, I have no idea, bro. I don't know enough of the whole deal to know. I got to know the facts. Is there video? What's the deal? I don't know at all, bro. So I can't comment on something I don't know about. So I'm not exactly sure. Hey, Chris, you're a stud, bro. You have 16 ETH. You're a whale, bro. That's what you are. You are a whale, sir. That's amazing. Let's see. What else do we have? We have the Furones man. All right. Awesome. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to David Furones and our Welt and Realm Miami Dolphins report.
All rise, football fans, as the Welton Realm Miami Dolphins report with David Furones is in session.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They are committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. Here's Miami Dolphins insider David Furones.
Hi, baby. Yes, sir. The one and only David Furones and the one and only Welton Rayom. And right now, folks, if you are dealing with any water damage after Helene, please call Welton Rayom. They have their own adjusters, and they will send the adjusters to your house. They will call the insurance companies for you. Remember, roof damage can start with even 40-mile-an-hour winds. So if you feel anything, you think there's something out of place or something like that, or you're seeing some brown spots in your roof, call Welton Rayom. They'll send their inspectors over. They'll tell you if you're eligible to get a new roof, and they'll go after the insurance company for you and protect you and your home and your family. So make sure you call the great people at Welton Rayom, 954-966-4646. All right. How you feeling, my man? You feeling good?
Yes, sir. Feeling good. Got a Monday night game coming up, and the Canes are playing tonight. So right here, I'm already here in Miami Gardens at the Dolphins facility. So I might just swing on by.
Yep. By the way, I thought that the coach gave away the starter yesterday. He told you guys who the starter was.
In which answer was that? How'd you come away with that?
Let me ask you something. Where do you get a competitive edge?
Where do you get a competitive edge would be with the new guy.
People have already seen Tim Boyle. They saw him in Detroit. And as a Detroit scout told me 2 days ago, he says, Tim Boyle can't do RPOs. So if McDaniel wants to do RPOs, he's going to have to go with Snoop. So at least he adds a running element. And the Detroit scout gave it away. He goes, Boyle's pure pocket. And you saw with Skyler that he's more pure pocket. He's really not an RPO guy. And then that limits him as a coach. So the coach wants to use more of the RPO to kind of add that element. And then when he said yesterday, a competitive edge, bro, there's no competitive edge to starting Tannehill Thompson or Tim Boyle. No competitive edge. One's injured and bad, and the other one's just bad as it is. So nobody really knows Snoop that much, but he also can run. So when you say competitive edge, you just gave away who your starter is.
Yeah. Now, Tyler Huntley is my prediction for who it'll be based on kind of read of things, just piecing together what you see, what you hear from people, even though no one's trying to give it to you just straight like that. But I will say, actually, I misheard him because I did tweet out the competitive edge that he mentioned, but he was saying for a number of reasons, the last of which is a competitive edge. So he is saying the last of which. So I had to sort of adjust how I wrote it in my article once I listened to the audio again. But even then, even if he's saying it's the last among his reasons, as a football coach, you want every competitive edge. So it's certainly on his mind to have a competitive edge with this quarterback mystery that the Dolphins are going into.
No, but there is no mystery if you're Tim Boyle and Skyler. Tannehill Thompson. Neither one of those guys gives you. I don't even think Snoop gives you a competitive edge, but at least the surprising part of it is a competitive edge because you don't have any tape of him in this offense and what they would do and what packages they would run and all that kind of stuff. So once he said competitive edge, I was like, okay, dude, you just told me who you started. That's it. It's over.
Yeah. Just the fact that competitive edge is something on his mind for sure, which of course it's going to be whenever you have anything that you could sort of withhold from an opponent that could be somewhat mysterious, even though we have a strong feeling that that's the way the Dolphins will indeed go.
All right. So this week we roasted poor Tannehill Thompson. But some of it he might have deserved, but really most of it he doesn't, because it's really not his fault. He was around for 2+ years, and this coaching staff never saw this. And it's kind of sad. And so now I got to tell you something on my postgame show, if they win, great, obviously, but if they lose and if Snoop or Tim Boyle play bad, I'm not going to hold it against those guys anymore. I'm not holding it against quarterbacks. I'm going to hold it against the coaching staffs. Because one, I don't think they actually do what's best for Tua as it is. And now I look at, you had Thompson around for 2+ years, and this is what you did. I have a hard time believing that Snoop or Tim Boyle have any kind of advantage with Mike McDaniel and his staff preparing him. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't go to those extremes because I think we have seen the best of Tua under this coaching staff. So I wouldn't say that they haven't done him right.
I'll say it's in spite of them. Just like when Tua went 7-3 his rookie year, in spite of no coaches and a coach hating you and not wanting you to succeed and setting you up to fail against the Rams and all that, you still went 7-3. I'm going to go with the same thing. I think Tua is successful in spite of McDaniel, in spite of Brian Flores. That's just me.
Yeah, but this coaching staff tailored the offense to his strengths, about as effectively, efficiently as you can, basing it on timing, letting him get that quick releases, utilize his accuracy, his anticipation, being a point guard of the offense. So these are all things.
That sounds great. You just said a key word that buried you. You said efficiency. So is it efficient to let abandon the running game when it's working for your quarterback and your offensive line? Is it efficient?
Of course. Those are things in games.
Is it efficient that you can't win a challenge? Is it efficient that you?
These are different topics.
No, sir. No, sir. If you can't get a play in on time, that hurts your efficiency as a quarterback. You can't even change the play. You can't even adjust, my man. If I pay $10 million, $11 million for a tight end, and you can't use him, but somehow Brian Flores and no offense can get him 70 balls in 1 year, and now I'm watching him in Cincinnati, and they're using him, but you can't use him, and now you signed Jonnu Smith, and you can't use him either. That's a lack of efficiency. If you can't throw the ball more often to your running backs to make it easier for your quarterback, that's on you also. There's a lot of things that I can point at that Mike McDaniel does to his quarterbacks, including Tua Tagovailoa, that set them back. The fact that you didn't even know the down against Buffalo in a playoff game, does that help Skyler? Does that help your offense? No. No matter who the quarterback is, so far, Mike McDaniel has proven to me he is not their best asset all the time. You guys, and I'm saying you because you guys in general and fans and all that, you guys just think of the yards and the plays that the two receivers make, but you're not thinking of the big picture that really could make this offense go and be more. What we see in San Francisco, what we see in Green Bay, we're not seeing it here. The guy fell from the tree, but he really doesn't run the system that those guys are running. He's not as committed to the run as they are. He's not as committed to the tight end as they are. He's not as efficient and as effective as they are. So, there's a problem here, dude. Problem.
Yeah. Those are all in-game things and overall offensive schematic standpoint things that could stand improving. But as far as a quarterback developing standpoint, then the Dolphins worked wonders with Tua, who was really just emotionally brought down by Brian Flores beforehand. So I can't go to the lengths of saying that this is a burden or an indictment on them for not developing quarterbacks, because they did do it with Tua. Now with Skyler, I'm sure, and yes, I went into this before the Seattle game. I was saying, listen, it's not going to be fair to judge him off of going into that hostile environment. Now I will adjust my opinion based on actually seeing it and the way that game went and just the overall operation of the offense, even in that hostile environment. But end of the day, yeah, he wasn't sticking to some of the coaching points that I'm sure he has nailed into him. He wasn't trusting what he saw out there. So I think he went into a game and sort of reverted back to just not trusting his coaching, not trusting what he's seeing. And he wasn't letting the ball rip and going to that read when he saw it open.
In Spanish, we say se amarillo.
Yeah.
Can you tell him what I just said in English? Se amarillo.
Yeah, or there's another term that's a little more vulgar. Yeah, that. But
he choked.
Estaba up in the hollow.
Yeah, up in the hollow. Yes.
Yeah, a little more vulgar.
He choked, bro. He choked. He was in that moment, and it was too big for him, and he absolutely choked in that moment. Unfortunately, bro. I mean, it's sad, but that's the case for the kid. It's one of those deals. All right, so you look at this game, dude. This is like the must-win of the season. It's not that your entire season lies on it, but this is, you have the surprise element of Huntley. You're home, okay? You're playing the worst team in the league. This quarterback should not have beat you the first time, okay? If you don't win this game, it becomes really bleak, because it's hard to think you're going to win any of the other games left until Tua gets back, and now you're going to put Tua in the offense in a hole, bro. They're going to have to be near perfect when he gets back. That's crazy.
Exactly, and having to be near perfect once he's back against the schedule that you have the second half of the year, especially in December, for a team that already hasn't had a good record against winning teams, as we've known from the past, as we saw last year, 1-6 against winning teams and playoff teams, then that really puts you up against the ropes. So this team cannot afford to go 1-3 with a loss at home to Tennessee. You already pretty much lost the division when you couldn't win the home game against Buffalo, and Buffalo, the way they look early on, 3-0, you're already 1-2, and they have the tiebreaker over you. So we were always talking about you needed to get over the hump of Buffalo in the division, so you get a home playoff game instead of always going on the road as a 6 or 7 seed in the AFC. Well, now you're looking at that as the ceiling, because you already lost that part of it in week 2 and now falling behind by 2 games. And then now if you get to 1-3 with a loss to a winless Tennessee team at home, again, like you did last year, even with a backup quarterback, then it all really snowballs very fast when you look at this schedule. I wrote about that early on this week that, this stretch right here, you need to pile up your wins. So it's difficult when you have to face these games without Tua. Sort of evens that out a little bit when you chalked all these up as wins when you first looked at the schedule, but they are still must wins. Make no mistake about it. I don't care if you're missing your starting quarterback. You need to earn these victories now against the Titans, against the Patriots, against the Colts, against the Cardinals. 3-1 at worst. 2-2 is already iffy, and if you go 1-3 in these upcoming 4 and end up at 2-4 at the end of October, then you pretty much forget about it.
Yeah, no. And how about 1-5?
Also a possibility.
But I mean,
then you're just really done. You're just done.
But this is the most winnable game of them all. Like, this is the game
against Tennessee. Yeah.
You have to win this game,
and they're only 1-point favorites.
Yeah, no, right. That tells you Vegas thinks that Tennessee's better. Okay, because you're supposed to get 3 at home.
Yeah.
So the fact that you're only giving 1 at home, that means they think that Tennessee's 2 points better right now. That's scary, and I think that's based really on the coaching, because and that's the other thing, dude. How do you explain all the penalties? How does this continue to happen under Mike McDaniel? All the mistakes, dude, whether it's pre-snap or others, but it's just it's constant, bro. And they're one of the worst again this year.
Yeah, that is just one of the difficult things to comprehend, and just how many are occurring pre-snap. Now, we know hostile environment. There was that aspect to it in Seattle. Now, Seattle actually wasn't any better on their home field. They had 11 penalties, just the same, and for more yardage. But so it was just a sloppy game overall, but also on special teams having it happen. Anthony Walker leaving early on those kickoffs once each game so far. So it's not just a pre-snap on offense. It's also on special teams, Danny Crossman's unit. So it's a little bit across the board. So sort of comes down to just discipline overall. And I remember this being actually something that Brian Flores harped very much so. So this would be one of the positives of the previous coaching staff was, remember that TNT wall that takes no talent?
Yes.
That instilled some discipline in guys to make sure to stay on their keys and not commit these penalties. So something needs to be implemented to keep guys on track when it comes to avoiding penalties.
Now, I'm going to make an excuse for some of the guys and some of the mistakes that you're seeing. Walker, how much did he practice?
Yeah, that's fair. Very little, yeah.
Okay. Ramsey, how much was he out there? Training camp, practice, preseason, all that. How much?
Very little. First week and a half, and then
Hoyer, he's looked pretty mediocre too. How much has he been out there? He's done a lot.
All these guys missed a lot of training camp. Yeah.
Yeah, Holland missed some too.
Teron Armstead did.
Teron Armstead. No. But Teron Armstead's different. Let me finish on this part here.
Sure.
Kendall Fuller, has he played with all these guys? Never. And so now all of a sudden you're talking about a bunch of guys, right, that didn't practice together, haven't really played together, now you've seen the mistakes they're making. You see they're a little bit off. You saw how DK got past Hall and all that kind of shit. I got to make an excuse for them. The fact that they did not play and practice together and form any kind of chemistry, that's a problem. And so that's what this whole month is now. It's almost like it takes NFL players a month and a half to kind of really get to know each other, get in shape, and kind of figure out a new scheme that's also being put in, all of this kind of stuff. You know, the offensive side, I got no answers for that because there's a lot of continuity there and they continue to screw up. So I got no answers there. But on defense, I'm going to give Weaver and the boys a break here because there's a lot of things that really didn't go in their way for them to start off the blocks, cleaner than, let's say, the offense, which has a hell of a lot more continuity and yet couldn't start off sharp. You know what I'm saying? So on the defensive side, I'm going to give them some breaks here because there were a lot of changes and there were a lot of people that were out during the preseason.
Yeah, and this was the worry going back to training camp is this team getting enough practice reps, just whether it's an individual standpoint from all these guys missing time, being cautious with, any minor injuries. Is it from a chemistry standpoint of not playing together? All these things. Now, these guys are basically going through training camp now, the first 3-4 weeks of the season instead of being in almost midseason form, maybe like for some teams that possibly worked harder and more together during training camp. So I know it's sort of like this new age way of thinking, but it's sort of rearing its ugly head now if you really look at it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, man. I mean, it's just it's a screwed up situation. What are you expecting this week, dude? Like what because I don't know what the hell to expect. To be quite honest. No sun now.
I still have the Dolphins winning. I made the prediction in the Sun Sentinel that I have Dolphins 19, Titans 17. So it could be an ugly game, a little bit low scoring.
I'll take it.
You take it however you can right now. And maybe there's a defensive score. Will Levis, he gets a little loose with the football, and maybe there's a pick six.
How about a special team score? Danny Crossman does something.
Yeah, something else to provide a boost. And if it is Tyler Huntley, which I believe it will be, then maybe he provides somewhat of a spark, but still has some hiccups along the way. It is his first start. He hasn't even been with the team 2 weeks, but is able to just find one or two big plays to Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, maybe make a play with his legs. Maybe he has a turnover himself, but also going to the run game, and then you just
what you got to hope for, Doggy? You know what you got to hope for that we've seen in Dolphin past? Okay, you spring the wildcat on somebody, and they don't know how to react, and then they have to adjust, and it takes them a while, and it's too late by then. When Dan Campbell took over as an interim coach, the first 2 weeks, I forgot the scores, but it was like combined, it was like 70-10 or some stupid shit. It was like, and then the wheels fell off after that. Just like the wildcat, the wheels fell off. But you have the surprise element. And that's the one thing that maybe McDaniel and this kid Snoop, they may have that one surprise element that if he could get a couple of magical runs and a couple of magical throws or whatever and surprise them, and then your defense does, like you say, they pick it up and they do, because the defense did get better in the Seattle game. And I think that I think that's what you're going to see this defense. This defense is going to get better and better as the year goes on because guys will get in their groove and we will figure things out. So I'm hoping for that. I'm hoping for the element of surprise that we've seen in the past. You have that chance right now. And David, if they can't take advantage of the element of surprise, that'll be really depressing, dude.
Yeah, maybe I could maybe liken it to like that Thursday night game, 2021 against the Ravens when you didn't know if Tua was going to play. He comes in the second half. There was a little bit of a surprise of how much he was able to actually throw the ball when Brian Flores didn't trust him to start him in that game. And then he goes and reels off like a 30, 35-yarder to the sideline. Like, oh, wait, okay, he was actually able to hurl it a little bit. So with that finger injury that he had.
Oh, you mean he's succeeding in spite of them again? Oh, okay. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hey, I agree with you on that front on the first 2 years. But yeah, so maybe if there is some kind of like element to that, while they win an ugly game, keeping the score low, defense holds its own. And I mean, I actually like, for the most part, what we've seen from Anthony Weaver's defense, those middle quarters, holding it down against Seattle, keeping it where they still had a chance to get it to a one-score game, 4th and goal to 2.
It's a couple of mistakes here and there, bro. It's not,
DK Metcalf touchdown, of course. But, even the Bills game, it was the turnovers giving Buffalo a short field more so than the defense itself. So I wouldn't put too much blame on them. And also Jacksonville, that win, shutting them down in the second half. They've been a good second half defense. So early on, that's kind of just been the thing is lock it down early on. I think you'll see pretty early. If the Dolphins can hold down the Titans early, set the tone, then I think they're cruising the rest of the way on defense.
Yeah, I think the defense will get better and better. This is a nice game for the defense to get really healthy. Levis likes to turn over the ball, and I would imagine that Weaver's going to blitz him a lot more than the old fart did, because the old fart really put himself up for failure in that game, because I think if he blitzes Levis, he forces him into a mistake. This is the game that I think, I hate to say it, but it's the defense that wins this game, not Mike McDaniel and his offense. I think it's Weaver and the boys that win this game. I'm picking the Dolphins too. I already bet them. I laid the 1 point already and everything. It's not so much that I'm counting on McDaniel, but I'm counting on the desperation of this team and these players. They know they have to have it.
Yeah, I actually tried to get that answer out of Anthony Weaver. I asked him, I know he wasn't here last year, but how much do you have to review that tape with some of the guys that were here? And I asked him what he would do differently than what was done. Right, yeah, so he avoided that part of the question. Smart on his part. But yeah, he talked about exercising some demons for those guys that were here last year that had to experience that. So I think that will be on a lot of guys' minds.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. So yeah, you got him winning. Hey, by the way, you see Tyreek and Keita are expecting another baby.
Oh, is that right?
Yep.
Well,
Uh-huh.
Hold on. Well, isn't it she hasn't had the first one yet, though, right?
Is that what it is?
I think it's still the same one, right? Because
I don't know, because I just saw this article today. Let me pull it up to make sure. Maybe I screwed up here and that I didn't check the date. Let me see. This is September 26th, and it says Tyreek's wife Keita Vaccaro shows off baby bump in glamorous pregnant shoot.
Oh yeah, but
they're welcome their first baby. That's it.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, she's still.
What I mean is another, because he just
for Tyreek.
Yes, and another baby mama just recently had one. That's why I'm saying, or is having one, or something like that. So yeah. I don't know what number is that now.
I lost track, and I mean I think there's different reports of how many it really is. So, but yeah, that's the thing is that you find out when one of these women come out, say they're pregnant with Tyreek Hill's baby, then that's a whole 9-month process, before then the baby's actually born, and then he's got to take care of them for 18 years at least, and hopefully he's there for their whole lives. But it's
so broke.
It's a lifelong commitment when these things happen.
Well, it's a lifelong commitment for some. Not everybody makes that lifelong commitment to their kids, bro. Some people don't even make the commitment for the first few years. They just some of them just
unfortunately.
Yeah, some of them are just they hit it and quit it right away. So but
at least it's something that'll follows you lifelong because now you are connected to all these women and then have to take care of all these babies and how much someone does. That varies.
You can't, it's hard, bro. I don't even want to think about doing that. It's enough as it is. All right. Any key injuries in this game that we should be worried about?
Oh yeah. All right. So now, concussion protocol. Obviously, Teron Armstead at left tackle, Kendall Fuller at cornerback. So to add on to how Tua is already, as we know, out, but David Long dealing with that hamstring injury. So he left the Seattle game, and maybe Anthony Weaver has to go with Anthony Walker again, along with Jordan Brooks in there. And he also mentioned Duke Riley as a possibility. And then after Kendall Fuller, so Storm Duck was the first one up in nickel packages to go with Jalen Ramsey and Kader Kohu. So, and he's also dealing with his shoulder injury. He was able to go back into that game. It was Saran Neal when Duck was out, and Saran Neal is also dealing with a hamstring right now. He's a key special team player, great gunner. So now maybe they get Raheem Mostert back this week. I know last week that was sort of the track after he was doubtful. So maybe that provides a little boost, takes some of the burden off of Devon Achane in the run game. But a lot of things to monitor going into these next couple of days.
All right, what do you got going on the Sentinel so folks can check you out, my friend?
Yeah, I'm covering the quarterbacks for sure. This whole situation, we spoke to Darryl Bevel, quarterbacks coach today, and also offensive coordinator Frank Smith. I actually asked him about the streamlining communication and maybe more of a Mike McDaniel question, but just getting some perspective from someone inside the coaching staff on that whole aspect when it comes to dealing with backup quarterbacks in the game, and then also gonna just write a bunch of different news and notes from conversations with Anthony Weaver, Danny Crossman, defensive line coach Austin Clark. So, and then I'll be previewing the Monday night game, of course.
All right, folks, if you're dealing with any weather issues, your home, your condo, any water damage, wind damage, please call Welton Realm. They have their own adjusters. They will go to your home, your business, and then they will address the insurance company. You'll never have to deal with the insurance company. You'll just pick up a check at Welton Realm, 954-966-4646. Do what a lot of our listeners have done now over the last 3 years as they've been a sponsor of ours. Call them 954-966-4646. David, we will talk on Monday night, my friend. You be good out there.
Yes, sir. You too.
Thank you. There you go. David Furones with our Welt and Rayom Miami Dolphins report.
This has been another session of the Welton Rayom Miami Dolphins Report with David Furones. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
At October 8th, we are broadcasting live at the Big Cheese, BigCheeseMiami.com, 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue. Going to be out there. We're going to have a bunch of prizes, a bunch of giveaways. So come on out and join us, and you can eat some delicious food. Their pizza is awesome. All kinds of different pizzas out there. And, of course, their garlic rolls are to die for. They've got the vegetarian, the meat lovers pizza, the Big Cheese Supreme, the spinach pie, the big chicken pie, the seafood pizza, appetizers, fried mozzarella, jumbo shrimp cocktail, Italian poppers, Grandpa's buffalo mozzarella, fried oysters, fried jumbo shrimp. They've got a kids meal, everything. Great pasta dishes like manicotti, lasagna, stuffed shells. It just goes on and on and on and on and on and on. They've been at this for over 40 years. Go to BigCheeseMiami.com. Check out the website there and join us. Okay, October 8th, we'll be broadcasting out there. We'll probably start around noon. 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue. Please come on out and join us October 8th. BigCheeseMiami.com. We need a big presence out there to have some fun with them And who knows? You might be walking away with some prizes, man. And have a good time. And you, of course, you eat some great food. All right, let me get to some music. Ooh, and I got some stuff too, boy. Which I got into. Thursday I leave early to Los Angeles, right? Before you do, right? You leave on Friday, right? I think it is. I think it's Friday. Thursday I'm going, right? Because I've got a concert on Friday. So I was going to arrive Thursday night in Los Angeles. Just in case if you live in Los Angeles, I'll be in town November 7, I think it is a Wednesday. I mean a Thursday. I'll be there in the morning. Let me see. Let me make sure. What is it? November 7, exactly, a Thursday, and I'm there through November 12th. So I go to check the concert listings because I'm going to see the on Friday, the 8th. And I find out that Patty Smyth from Scandal is performing on Thursday night. So I adjusted my ticket. It cost me $44, and I'm leaving Thursday morning instead. So I'm going to see Patty Smyth of Scandal. I got a terrific ticket too, right in there. It's like a dinner ticket and everything in this place that I'm going to see Patty Smyth. And I love her, man. I love Scandal's music. I love her solo stuff. I'm a big Patty Smyth fan. And so in fact, I was going to see her about a year or 2 years ago. She was coming down. She was opening up for Pat Benatar. And I've seen Pat Benatar and Neil a dozen times. And I wasn't really going to go to the concert, but I bought the tickets specifically for Patty. She ends up canceling, dude, and it fucking killed me. So, but I went to the Benatar concert anyways because I love Pat and Neil and still wanted to see them. What the hell? But I wouldn't have gone if it wasn't for Smyth. And so now I find out Smyth is, so I got the ticket. I rearranged the flight. So then I'm looking at the concert listing while I'm there. So now I have set myself up. So even if the Dolphins lose to the Rams, okay, which I hope they win because we'll have Tua back, I will have an amazing weekend, okay? So Thursday I pull in the morning. I get to see Patty Smyth Thursday night there in Los Angeles. Friday, I get to see Matt Johnson in the. And then Saturday, I'm going to see one of my favorite young bands. Right there. Dirty Honey. And it's the coolest thing because Dirty Honey is playing back-to-back nights, Saturday and Sunday night. One night at the Troubadour, the other night at the Whiskey A Go-Go. So that, I've never seen a band live at the Whiskey A Go-Go. I've been to the Whiskey A Go-Go. I've been to the Rainbow. I've been to the Viper Room. I've been to the Troubadour. I did see the Bangles at the Troubadour. So now I'll get to see Dirty Honey at the Troubadour one night, and I'll get to see Dirty Honey the next night at the Whiskey A Go-Go, which is and I love Dirty Honey. Oh, Rollin' Sevens. Okay. Rollin' 7. Play that if you want. California. Let's see. There's a couple songs that I would tell you to go check it out. Just play Rollin' 7 just to start yourself off. And then, then you can get a little deeper into a little Dirty Honey. But it's so good, man. His voice is just absolutely impeccable, man. So good. I freaking love Dirty Honey. So I have now turned into a monster weekend for myself when I go there. So California Dreamin', a little Rollin' 7 for you. Heartbreaker. Heartbreaker is a great song of theirs too. Anyway, just check it out. Check it out. You'll like them. They're good. They rock out. If the Dolphins fire McDaniel, the front office will be fired as well. I don't think Ross is ready right now. we got to wait for the season. You know, they're waiting for Tua to get back, and let's see what happens. And then they've got to hope that Tua figured stuff out. But anyway, let me get to some music news and notes and birthdays and all kinds of good stuff. Let's start it off with some birthdays today. Musicians born on this date, on the 27th. Avril Lavigne is born on this date in 1984. Lil Wayne, rapper, born on 1982 on this date. Bradley Kirk Arnold, singer for Three Doors Down, born on this date in 1978. Let's see. Mark Calderon from Color Me Bad. I wanna sex you up. Born in 1970. Sean Cassidy. Born in 1958. And Robbie Shakespeare from Sly and Robbie. And Meatloaf. The late great Meatloaf was born on this date in 1947. We lost him at the age of 74 in 2022. Marvin Lee Aday, known by everyone else as Meatloaf. Rest in peace, sir. All right, let's go with other famous folk born on this date. Wait a minute. Is this the same list from? Is this what day is today? Today's the 27th, right? Yeah. Okay, so I think I got the wrong one. I think I got the wrong ones. So let me. Okay, hold on a second. I'm sorry. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Yeah, I had the wrong date, unfortunately. I had the 26th. We already did the 26th. Today's the 27th. All right, Jenna Ortega, the TV actress. She is 22. Gwyneth Paltrow, because I was looking at the list and I go, man, didn't I say those yesterday? Gwyneth Paltrow is 52. Also celebrating birthdays today, Samuel Adams. We love his beer. No, the politician. Born in 1722. I know you all miss him a lot because it was just a recent death. Steve Kerr is 59. Trick Daddy was not on the musicians. He is 51. Maybe he's not considered a musician. Let's see, what else? William Conrad, actor, born on this date in 1920. We lost him in 94. And that Francisco Totti, soccer player, futbolista. He is 48. Sean, do we have any wrestlers born on this date?
Yes, we do. Kathy Kelly was born on this date in 1988. Leon Slater was born on this date in 2004. And Ortiz was born on this date in 1991. Those are your wrestling birthdays for September 27, 2024.
All right. I like it. All right. Let's go with a little music history. Why don't we? On September 27th in 1986, Metallica bassist Cliff Burton died when the band's tour bus crashed in Sweden. He was 24. In 73, Grand Funk Railroad had the #1 song with "We're an American Band." In 2005, the White Stripes streamed their concert in Columbia, Maryland, live on NPR.org, marking the first time the band did a webcast of one of their performances. In 2004, legendary producer Phil Spector was formally charged with the February 3rd, 2003 murder of actress Lana Clarkston. In 2008, Metallica started a 3-week run on the #1 spot on the album charts with their 9th album, Death Magnetic. And that album's all right. It's got a couple songs, but I don't know if it was worthy of that, to be quite honest. You know what I'm saying? Just to be honest. It was worthy of it. Not one of their best albums. Not a bad album. A couple songs on it, but what else do we have? I wonder what Dan Marino really thinks of this head coach. Yeah. I'm sure he doesn't enjoy what's going on. Kathy Kelly, Smoke Show. There we go. My wife's B-Day is today. Well, Jimmy, happy birthday to your wife, sir. Unless Ross is completely infuriated with Belichick and hires him to run the organization like he did for the Patriots. Yeah, no, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Belichick is coming here. I don't know if anybody will ever hire. I wouldn't hire Belichick, dude. He is absolutely out of tune. And he showed how mediocre he was once Brady left. And that's bad. That was a bad look for Belichick. That was a really bad look for Belichick. And that's what hurt him. It just kind of looks like you got lucky with the Brady thing and it saved your ass. And then he was your eraser for many years because you didn't really – there were a lot of years where you didn't really provide him great talent around him. You would have just a bunch of Oompa Loompas. Which, by the way, reminds you of this team at times that they don't really put out the big receivers. They like the Oompa Loompas also. So, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? All I can tell you is I hope you all are safe out there. I hope you take care of yourselves this weekend. I hope our friends up in the Panhandle in the Big Bend area in Tallahassee are safe. I hope all our friends up north in Atlanta and into the Carolinas, because I know they had to deal with some rain and some weather. I hope everybody is safe. Don't forget, folks, please visit our amazing sponsors like Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines, like Cutter's Edge Pro. If you suffered any kind of damage and you need to clean up and the landscaping and maintenance, please reach out to our friends at Cutter's Edge Pro, Dade, Broward, Palm Beach counties. And, of course, you can support our program by making a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. Or, of course, you can use the QR codes there and you can make a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation. Many ways. Don't forget to smash the hell out of the like button whenever you're listening to a segment or watching a show. We will be back tonight for the Virginia Tech game. We'll do the post-game show. Manny Navarro will be joining us live from the locker rooms. We'll give you our take on it, and hopefully it'll be a sweet, positive one. Lay the 17.5. We're not betting experts, but we're laying the 17.5 Canes over Va Tech. We'll see you tonight right here on the Big O Radio Show.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the